I don't know if you knew this, but Hawaii is insane. You probably know the archipelago for its relaxing beaches and stunning tropical scenery, of which it has plenty. But when you're chilling on the sand here, you're not sitting on any old beach. No, in reality, you are perched on the steep and unstable slope of the world's tallest and largest mountain range. You are also desperately alone in the world's most isolated archipelago, far closer to astronauts overhead than to any other landmass. You are also standing just a few miles above one of the largest magma plumes in the solar system, hundreds of thousands of cubic miles of molten rock pressing up against the thin oceanic crust, bursting out in nearly constant fiery eruptions like the one we saw last week in Kilauea. You've probably heard at some point that Mauna Kea, Hawaii's tallest peak, is the tallest mountain in the world if you measure from its base at the sea floor, higher than even Mount Everest. And this is true. It's honestly better to think of the Hawaiian archipelago as the Hawaiian mountain range. A range comprising nearly 100 volcanoes and stretching for nearly 4,000 miles that just so happens to be in about 20,000 feet of water. The craziest part is, these volcanoes aren't just technically a mountain range, they act like a mountain range. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you know anything about the islands of Hawaii, you know that the big island furthest to the east is smooth and round, whereas the islands further to the west are much more steep and jagged. Why is this? Why aren't they all just round? Why is there a nearly vertical mountain range right up against the eastern shore of Oahu? Well, because this steep escarpment in eastern Oahu is not a mountain range, not in its own right. No, it's what's left over from when the rest of the island fell into the ocean. Don't believe me? Pull up a bathymetric map of Hawaii. You see all this bumpy stuff up here? That's the debris left over from when a gigantic chunk of the island collapsed in a single cataclysmic event, one of the largest landslides in the history of the world. Thousands of cubic kilometers of material tumbled down the undersea slopes of this volcano, reaching speeds of over 150 miles per hour before fanning out across the seafloor, causing a massive tsunami, all in the span of about 36 minutes. The even crazier part, landslides like this have happened at least 17 times that we know of in the Hawaiian archipelago. That's why all the islands are weird, jagged shapes. The rest of them fell into the ocean. The Hawaiian archipelago is truly one of the craziest places in the entire world. People don't see it that way, they just see the peaceful landscapes and laid-back island vibes, but on a geologic timescale, Hawaii is neither serene nor stable. It is explosive, shaky, and absolutely one of a kind. Stay tuned for a future video because very soon I'll be explaining why exactly the western islands are much more eroded than their eastern counterparts, and that story is almost crazier than this one. So comment below what you want to see next, and if this app goes the way of the dinosaur, you can see where else to find me here. Thanks for watching, follow for more.